summarize. Please don't be shy. I mean, we only have 3 more minutes for this. So
When this
all
is
those,
Chitra.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, Chitra, we can hear you.
Yeah, so yeah, I would like to talk about what we learned yesterday. So, we learned about the business agility for the seven core competency of business agilities, and also the House of Lean, which has the flow, respect, and innovation, and improvement, relentless improvement. Then we talked about um, the transparency, built-in quality, um, and and there was three things we learned. It's something essential, large, and portfolio.
Good morning. Sorry. Chitra. Sorry.
Yeah.
Good morning, Harold. Sorry.
That was really good, Chitra. At least you have coined some of the terms what we learned: business agility, house of lean, core competency, solution levels, um, and you spoke something else also, right? Yeah, built-in quality,
essential
okay,
levels.
metrics. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Chitra. So 1 more minute, someone can come forward and just complete, like if you remember anything. So this is good. I mean, at least it's not like we're just doing understanding like what all things we remember. That's it.
Hi, Jibin. This is Ajit.
Yes, Ajit, please go ahead. I can hear you.
Yes. So we have learned about the seven core competencies of the business agility. For example, organization agility, continuous learning culture, the team and technical agility, agile product delivery, and lean portfolio management. We have learned. I forgot the couple of them. And apart from that, we learned about the house of lean values, for example, innovation, flow, respect for the people and culture, and the various scaling frameworks, the save, dad, spotify, less, and about nexus. That's what I remember.
Cool. Thanks a lot for Ajit for bringing it. So I think that is pretty much it summarizes the day. So the whole idea, like I know there are, I mean, the presentation, like I have like more than 150 slides here in this presentation. But those who have asked, like I just wanted to tell you that a lot of people are, I mean, many of them are interested in taking or pursuing the SAFE certification. So you have to do a 16-hour training, and that training under any SPC, Safe Program Consultant, who has taken the latest version like SPC 5.0 and 5.1. So you have to get yourself registered under them. I am a Safe Program Consultant, but my license is expired. License got expired last year, and I'm working on the reimbursement, I mean, recertification to renew it. But I have got the responses for those who are interested. So I need to clarify a few things. Okay. The first thing is that you have to definitely take this 16 hours of training, 2 days comprising of 8 hours, 8 hours, 2 day, day one, day two. The whole idea is you have to definitely go through all the theory. Okay. What the scaled agile framework suggests. All these presentations that summarizes the context behind each of these element, or why safe has structured this particular framework in this way. We need to understand everything, be it the scaled agile values, safe values we call it as, be it as the 7 core competencies what scaled agile says, everything what you are seeing in the PPT. So it may look somewhat kind of boring, but as in when you are getting along with the topic, you would find it interesting and insightful also. And why this framework is the best or one of the good reference frameworks for any organization to start with when they are looking for a scaled agility or a organizational agility or enterprise transformation. At the time, most of the time we would like to recommend SAFe because it works really good. It definitely gives you a good point as a consultant to do an assessment where your organization stands and how you can do agile modeling for your own enterprise or organization. And the good part is that they are not compromising with your, let's say you are following Scrum, Kanban, or XP, whatever way your team is working, that's fine, perfectly. You continue with that. The only thing is that you are now scaling this to a common goal, like working as a part of one agile release train and multiple solutions. When they are working with multiple agile release trains, we call it as a solution train. We move it to the solution level. When we work for a complete portfolio, let's say investment banking is one portfolio. My credit division itself is a big portfolio. So it all depends on your client's business, how big the portfolio is that, and how big you have to define your solution and levels. Okay. So it was a good summary what you have brought upon. Okay. House of Lean, definitely it's kind of a spirit what we try to inculcate to these change agents and mindset change and people's culture. Okay. Like we need to improve the flow, whatever like a customer is buying you, it is like we have talked about development value streams and operational value stream also, don't forget that. Okay, I will take 2 more minutes for summarizing what all things we went through yesterday. So development value streams are like the core technology things what we are actually building, the capability what we are building. Okay, let's say if you do not have a portal on Amazon or Netflix, we can't subscribe, we cannot purchase. But operational, like let's say I'm facing some issue with my login, or I go to a hospital, I need to take an appointment. So the people who are actually connected with the end users, we call them as the operational value stream. So they also add a lot of value for them. Whatever we are doing as a enabling their business functions more smoothly, we take it as a development value stream. Now we also saw this thing, like I think Chitra was speaking about this. Let me bring the slide up once again. Yeah, the business results. When we talk about this, like I go to a C-level executive as a consultant, or our teams go and propose to a stakeholder like director or more than senior level people. If you apply SAFe, what are you trying to bring to the table, or what are you trying to achieve, or how we are going to measure our progress, or what is the end goal? So the end goal is either we would be trying to improve our time to market. Let's say the releases, can we make it faster, make it more efficient, can it be better? A lot of times we are doing we are sending the items to the production, like our increments are going to the prod environment, but most of the time during the cutover or after the go live, during the hypercare time, what we call it as, like after something goes to the production, we are really noticing or monitoring very in a focus monitoring happens, that's we call it as hypercare time. Okay, a lot of defects come, so that is pretty much bad. We are not adding any value. You send 100% stuff and 50% comes back, so that's really bad. So can we improve the quality? Can we increase the productivity? Maybe you develop something for your operational value stream, rather than, you reduced your efforts of manual appointment noting and all through an interface, you automated something. Good, pretty much good. 35% increase in productivity. Now, the agile mindset and all this what we are at the end trying to achieve is that let's have a healthy working culture, reduce the competition. Let us have small teams so that we can foster better collaboration, like the communication discrepancies that will go low. So we can avoid all these things. And that's why the people, when they are owning it like a self-organized team, I don't want any boss sitting over my head to assign tasks to me. How can I change the culture as a team? I respect my team members and they also respect me. Maybe I'm very good with research. So they would be, I don't know how many of you are familiar with something we called as spikes, where we don't know what is unknown. Is it feasible or not? I'm good with those kind of stories. So maybe I will take it up. I will say to my team, hey, I'm good with research and all these things, finding APIs, library stuff, and all those things. Okay, let me assign it to me. It's like more of a self-organizing rather than someone ordering you. So the autonomy here is with the team, not with like someone ordering and you're taking up the task as a team. So that's why we are saying that we are getting happy and engaged employees working on more of the how do you say mm, better benefits. The team is good, happy. Then only you can be more innovative. You can develop good stuff. You can deliver good results. Okay. I think, yeah. So I think that's it. Okay. Let me not, if I go on speaking, then it's like there is always a lot to speak. Okay, so let's stick to our agenda. So that was good from Ajita and Rins. Okay, lean portfolio management, the C-level executive stakeholders, they definitely play a big role in terms of big organization. What is our next strategy to go ahead in the market? Can we go from US to Latin America to EU, or are we going to like in during the COVID time? I'm just explaining the business context because theory everyone speak about it, but understand the business because everyone in this organization is doing some sort of business. We are not developers or we are the consulting company. We have to think like a consultant. How can we foster better solutions for our customer? So during this COVID time, I don't know how many of you constantly use LinkedIn, but if you go through a lot these acquisitions, is like, let's say they want to expand in a different business, they acquire a small company, they expand their portfolio. So that could be their strategy. This is just an example. Like banking clients, a lot of acquired small banking clients. Consulting companies have want to strengthen their cloud technology, so they have partnered with so many small cloud companies and DevOps companies. They acquired it, and so that they can expand their portfolio, their technology streams, and all. Good. So now let's start with our solution levels. I'm just trying to recap. So yes, we do have multiple solutions, but the least thing what we can do with one, why at least we should have 100 or 125 people. 70 people is also okay. Let's take the best case. The best case is like 100 to 200, 125 to 150 people scattered across more than 10 teams of like 2 to 9 or 2 to 10 or 2 to 11 be the good teams working or practicing different agile like Scrum, XP, or Kanban, whatever process they are doing, but they are part of one agile release train. Basically, one agile release train means they are developing one solution. Okay. So at the team level, they will be having stories, and every story will need some kind of enablers, enabler kind of story. To accomplish that, I may need some technical, or I may have some dependency, or I have some third party thing to procure, or anything. So that whatever story which is dependence or which is kind of a helping substance to complete this story, we call it as enablers. Okay. So when we talk about like multiple agile release trains, maybe for a credit division, they would be having multiple credit related stuff. Okay, having different kind of applications. You log into an interface, you see many style, like I can pay by credit card, I can pay by my points, loyalty points, many things are there. So multiple solutions will be there and multiple agile release trains will be there. So when a team, multiple agile release trains are working together, then we call it as a large solution level we are playing. And portfolio safe, we already saw yesterday, like let me see if I can go to this. Okay, once again. Fine. So I know this how to move it. Sorry that. Okay. Better let me use my PPT. Yeah, that's good. So we already seen this. Okay, like we have portfolio, we have last solution, and essential. This is the least level of safe. Okay, where we are talking about 100 to 125, and we are talking about one agile release train. Okay, ART, we keep it short. You will be hearing a lot of ART. Okay, now that's what I just want to go through, because that's why at least 16 hours of training what Scaled Agile recommends, because there are so many elements you can't cover it in a day. Okay, so I know, don't hate me, but this is a story. So at last solution level, we call it as capabilities. We are building capabilities. Multiple agile release trains are working on capabilities, and at portfolio level, we definitely have the big epics or the strategic themes, we call it as. Okay, like that is the level down, epics, capability, and story, and when we will definitely be having enablers. Okay, now this is just a recap of what we saw yesterday. We spoke about agile release train, but definitely we will go through it today. Okay, so introduction to safe, I think pretty much this is done. Okay. Okay, now let's talk about. I just want to quickly go through the Agile manifesto, like the whole Agile concept, or let's do in Agile way of working. All it came with these all great minds. You should look this particular. This is very basic. Agile manifesto.org. Start following these people. You can really get great insights and learn from these great leaders. Okay. They have written awesome books, so you all can go and start learning. I'm not going so deep because of the time limitations. Okay, but the agile principles, or what we call it as agile values, there are 4 values what we talk about. Okay, Individuals and interactions, definitely over process and tools. The left side, we are giving more priority. That is our core spirit, the agile core spirit. The left side, whatever we are stating, we are giving more importance. And why this is so? Because definitely I have to respect individual, and they come with experience. That knowledge cannot be over a tool, or that tool cannot dominate over this. Okay. So individuals and interactions are having always a priority based on their knowledge and experience gained through years. Okay. So we give more priority to them. Now, rather than working on so big long, like let's say BMW is doing a design or blueprinting for 6 months for a prototype car that will be getting launched in 3 years, it is completely utter waste of time because we don't know what we're going to develop. We don't have any user feedback. So what the agile way of working, this, I mean, the we say that let us start working and giving some increments, early increments to the customer. Let them give us the feedback. Let us change it and improve rather than sitting on that stuff for 6 months just on the documentation. Okay. No value. Customer collaboration. Yeah, customer collaboration is important. Like getting their insights and early feedback is the most important thing rather than working on these contracts. And responding to change, we already spoke about how technology is changing, how the companies have to rethink. No case, a good case. Always remember, like if you're not able to compete to the market and latest technology trends or user feedback, you lose. You lose the game. That's it. Now, same, let's go and see the safe principles also. I mean, before starting this, I mean, the beauty of this particular safe principles are there. They are defining some core principles so that we stick to this framework. Why? What is our end output, or how can we change our mindset, or what is our perspective? Take an economic view. Take an economic view is that always have comparisons and multiple solutions, and decide based on what yields more value compared to what cost you are spending. Apply systems thinking. I don't know how many of you hear our thinking from CEO Rajesh Gopinathan sir or whatever, but we always talk about this MFDM, systems thinking and all. How making intelligent systems which can act upon itself. Okay, so that kind of solution you have to think, bring that mindset. Assume variability. Like let's say you should be definitely knowing like I mean, if you are doing a design thinking, have you attended a design thinking workshop or not? But or let's start with anything. We know that the plan A can go wrong. Do you have a plan B with you or plan C with you or not? So assume that that could happen. So you should have some sets, solution sets. The principle 4, it says that sorry if I'm going fast, you can always interrupt me, but I need to respect your time and want to cover, at least get familiar you with this um, terms so that you know or you learn something, okay, before you go to the 16-hour training also. Okay. And safe certification is not easy, believe me. You have to go through and learn all these concepts, and if you really have not worked in any projects, then definitely you have to at least understand the basic things. Okay. Build incrementally. I know this all sounds philosophical, but understand the deep meaning behind it also. Why we are trying to do something in a different way rather than being doing in the past. There is something attached to it. So just learn that or understand that. Build incrementally with fast integrated learning cycles is that let us make our increment shorter. So SAFe says that, okay, our program increment is planned for 12 weeks, which is split into 6 iterations. Every iteration is of 2 weeks, and we are trying to do something what can be done in these 2 weeks, and we are learning and adapting. Our cycles of learning have become shorter. We are building incrementally, we are integrating the system, and we know if system doesn't work in one PI, we know how to adjust in our second PI based on the retrospective, based on the feedback, based on the system demos and all. Base milestones and objective values, working systems. Great. So every program increment, what I was explaining you, it's like a big room planning. All these people, they were working on the background, the teams, they don't know, but now they are in a one hall. They are representing themselves through their scrum masters, and the teams are present. They meet everyone. It's like kind of a very super energy. Everyone is energetic and enthusiastic. Okay, we know the big picture. It's not like simply doing every day the stuff, but I don't know what at the end the business is doing, and I feel like, okay, well, I'm just doing normally checking the mail, check out, check in mails, check out. No, but the understanding the big picture gives like being feel valued and respectful, that you understand that what you're working for, what is the common vision, what is the product vision, what is the solution vision, etc. So we set milestones in every PI, like program increment objectives. We call it as program increment objectives. It has to be smart. I don't know how many of you know, but specific, measurable. So SMART is an acronym for 5 things. We'll go through it. Okay. Later I have the slide. I will explain you. But make sure you, whatever your objective is stating in the program increment, the BI business objective is a smart business objective. They will tell you, the stakeholders will come, the customer stakeholders will come and add business value to them, how much importance it means to them. They add a weight to it. Okay. And once the PI is over, end of the PI, we will see that how much business value we promised, and we predict what was being predicted and what was being actually delivered at the end of the PI. Visualize and limit work in progress, definitely. So this is definitely the I mean, we should definitely understand this, like we should not overstuff any of the team members. A lot of production people, like production support teams, they juggle with this thing. The TCS, they go and agree with this customer that this is the SLA we follow, we can work on these many tickets per week. And now, during the years, the technology and this particular stuff from the client side is changing a lot, and so many intake of the queue, but we are not able to resolve at the same time, and our SLA is getting breached, and we are not able to keep up the same SLA efficiency. So this is definitely a problem. So that's what we are trying to see, that have a visualization. Why this particular, I mean, why this particular jobs are getting delayed? Do you have a Kanban board to see how many tickets are struck because of the user dependencies? Whatever it is, can we reduce the batch size? I mean, we can just go to the customer and say that, okay, we, based on our team's history and capacity planning, we can only handle on these many SLAs, or this is the thing, because these factors have changed. So we have to constantly visualize. It should not be like a particularly, I'm just taking Chitra or Ajit or whoever, they are taking hundreds of tickets together and it's struck. So we are speaking about reducing this particular batch size on the doing part. Let us take it once it is done and move it. It's like kind of, pull mechanism. For an example, I don't know how many of you understand between pull and push. So push is something like I have, the company has already produced 100 cars and they are waiting for the customers to order it. But pull is something I got the customer, I order from the customer, I pull it, and I start delivering, manufacturing, and giving it to the customer. I know I'm very bad at drawing, so just ignore that factor. Okay. Apply cadence, synchronize with cross-domain planning. This is, we are talking about more of a integration, okay? Like how multiple teams are working and how we have to work towards one solution level. So that's where Agile release train brings into picture. Multiple teams are coming together as a part of one Agile release train. Multiple ARTs are coming as a part of our solution train. So that is good. Unlock the intrinsic motivation is like keeping your employees engaged, like what they are working for. Do they understand the big picture or not? Now, decentralized decision making. It's like I am giving this particular, not a centralized decision. What is a centralized decision is that your boss is making decision for your team and yourself. No, let's cut that. We don't want that. We have to give it to the stakeholders. Decentralize the decision making means your team owns it. They are self-organized. They are better in judging their how they can do it. So we have to say completely believes in this particular principle, that okay, let's make it more self-organized and decent. Now, this is very much important. Everything, your all the stakeholders, teams, customer, everything. At the end, what is the value? If you are taking a certification, what is the value? If you are delivering something, what is the value for your customer? So everything revolves around value. Okay. So that is something important. So organize everything around value. So I think these all things are important because this definitely comes as a objective question in your safe certification exams. Okay, so I mean, definitely you understand the context, but also understand that these all things are very important for your certification purpose also. So we already saw the Agile manifesto. I think yeah, Agile and safe principles also we saw it. Okay, now let's go to the one of the biggest things, PI. I think someone is on. Someone is not on mute. Can you please?
I don't listen very
Okay.
well, sorry.
Jevin, this is Chitra. Could you please go back to the previous slide where yeah, sorry. Could you please give a small example, apply cadence and cross-domain planning, if possible, I mean, if time permits.
So apply cadence is like, what is cadence? Cadence is like something happening in parallel, right? Synchronization with cross domain planning. So, okay, let's definitely go to the scaled agile itself, and let me just show you everything what is there. Okay, that makes it easy. Okay. See, we spoke about multiple teams like okay, better let me explain you something here. Yeah, basic example is that we do have iterations for each teams. Okay, there are, let's assume 10 teams are there. They are doing a program increment planning, and they listed out their features what they want to deliver for this particular PI, and this feature has some sort of dependencies. To complete this feature, there is a dependency with team 3 or team D or something. So how you are integrating with them, like how constantly in this particular during the system demo that happens after 2 weeks, or I mean every iteration, after the at the end of every iteration system demo happens. So how multiple teams are coming and participating, and they are synchronizing their solutions. That is one thing. Now, cadence is what? I mean, just in terms of literature or meaning, also cadence is something like you are trying to follow a structure or queue. Okay, see, provide scheduled integration points. Basically, you are waiting for something, or you are defining something like when it should be, this solution should be integrated, or when this working software will be completed through this in multiple solutions when it is getting integrated together. Okay, solution one, feature two, or feature three features, when that is combined, then only this particular ART solution will work. That is one thing. Now, supports regular planning and cross-functional coordination. So definitely there is something we call it as scrum of scrums. I don't know, in even agile way of working, also normal, many of the projects, they call it as scrum of scrums when multiple vendors are working together. Similarly, in program increment also, we do have something known as scrum of scrums, where the scrum masters from each team, they go and talk about what are the dependencies with respect to other teams, how they are going to integrate it, what is the respectful estimation, are we agreeing with each other or not. Like, let's say team A says that we complete this feature, there is the API dependency, and that API dependency will be the API, new API, whatever the team B is working, they will get completed in let's say 3 iterations. So the fourth iteration only this feature will be completed by team A, because the dependency is still with team A, team B, and they say that the API thing will be completed at the end of third iteration only. So they sync up the cadence, like they define what is our integration point, when is the cross planning happens. So these are something related to more of a coordination, but here they actually meet cross functional trade-offs. So trade-offs I just explained you. Scrum master team A, he talks with scrum master team B, and they agree, okay, I end of iteration 3, we are getting the API. Okay, team A scrum master agrees, go back to his team and explains, okay, the team has agreed, so let's move this particular, earlier they planned it for second iteration number 2. No, it will not be, because the team B is doing it and they will complete it by end of the third iteration. So we have to move this feature to the iteration number 4 as a plan.
Yeah,
So
thank you. Yeah, got it.
I mean, yeah, and rest all, so many things are there. If we go in deep, then definitely it will take time. But basically, this is what the cadence and synchronization, what you're trying to do. Okay, like how frequently you are integrating your solution and planning when multiple teams are working together. That's it. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Fine. So I just put
Just
some. Yeah.
just real quick, I think there might and I'm reading it right off the Scaled Agile framework site as well, with respect to decentralizing decision making. I the way to me the way they word that is a little bit of a misnomer, because you always have, it specifies centralized strategic decisions. Yes, because somebody has to be making the decisions of what the priorities are, what's happening when, what's going to be released when, what epics or what features are going to be released at the same time, and stuff.
Correct,
But
correct, correct.
but the decentralization to me comes down to the individual scrum teams. That's where your decentralization is, and then there's still a centralized decision making by the product owner.
Agree, Adam. Definitely, it's a good point what you have brought. So yes, maybe I mean there is so many stuff elements attached to it. So the decentralizing decision making, definitely I give you an example. Remember, someone is going good in exploration and they own it. So here it clearly says that as a team, as a Scrum team, within the team also the decentralization happens with the person who has a deep contextual knowledge. Okay, who understand that he can do a better job than us, and that would be the decision maker. Like it depends with the team, but the PO definitely holds a value of his own opinion. Let's say in the PI pre-preparation or 1 week before the next PI, we definitely go through the features and all. So at the time, the PO speaks on behalf of the customer or on behalf of the business context or on behalf of the business patient. So product owner definitely always has a say to influence a little because he's the voice of the customer. Okay, so that definitely come, but it all depends on the how the teams are working. Okay, but what safe says is there is a video also, maybe I will share it. Okay, right now I don't want to spend time. The safe itself, I mean during my like to 2017 when I attended this safe training by the scaled agile framework employees, at the time what I could learn from them. Okay, what they were saying is like leaving the mastery to the team. Okay, the autonomy to the team. That's what they were trying to emphasize more on, decentralize everything else. Like, okay, yeah, I got your point. The important decisions, yes, you are leaving it to the stakeholders and POs. That's a say. That's also a control there, like contradicting statement. Yes. Okay. That's what you were trying to say. Like the more of the strategic decisions should be owned by the stakeholders and PO, right? And other decisions that should be decentralized.
Right. Well, and it scales upwards. So you're gonna, at the team level, you're gonna have the product owner, then you're gonna have the program owner, then you're gonna have the portfolio owner,
Correct.
and the decisions of what happens when is gonna cascade down, from that strategic perspective.
Very important point. Yeah. I mean, sorry.
That's
Yeah.
that's just why I say I think they just my personal opinion. I think they have that as a bit of a misnomer. It's awkwardly worded to me.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, yes. Like kind of contradicting within their own mastery. They are saying that we give the autonomy to the teams, and when the decision making is like top bottom, So that's what you're trying to refer here, right? It's making a contradictory in the way of agile way of working, right? I'm making a point
Correct.
there. Okay.
Correct. Yeah. It's. I mean, it's always a top down
Mm.
decision making. Always. But there are the level of granularity of independent decision making within each of those levels is different.
Agreed, agreed. Like it's kind of like little enforcement you are seeing there. That is the point you are trying to bring it to the table. In terms of agile way of working, we want to leave it to the team to be a better decision maker than someone enforcing it. Definitely, the opinion comes from the product owner who is the voice of the customer, prioritizing the backlog or bringing up to the team. But remaining, we are trying to give it to the team to work upon, right? Not enforcing them. But here, the decisions are already being made and they are little bit of scattering it down, right? That's what you're trying to make, and that is a little
Right.
contract against of
I
the.
would say, as an analogy, you've got racers, for example, that are going from point A to point B. And point B is what the portfolio manager, the highest level, has decided. this is our first release, okay? And these are the items that we're going to release on this day. Now, how each of those teams, as they scale up, get to that point, what order they do things in, is up to them, as long as they all reach that point B at the schedule the same time with everything that's
Perfect.
required.
Perfect. Perfect. So the point is that we are getting the direction, the strategic direction from the epic owners, the business owners, and it is coming down to the teams. And PO makes it very visible to the pre-PI planning. We call it as like 1 week before when we are getting prepared for our pre-PI. I mean, for the next program increment planning, all these features and the vision statements, they do come to the team, and it is being directed that this is the business objective, what the stakeholders are looking for, the business owners and the epic owners, they are looking forward, how we are going to achieve it, what is the sequence that we are going to follow, that they are going to do in the pre-PI planning, and they finalize it with the adjustments by discussing with all the teams who are being a part of the same solution during these 2 days. Definitely, it's a very good point what you have brought up on. Okay.
And I wanted to clarify for everybody. I put it in the chat, but I didn't want people to get confused in the fact that, yes, you're identifying epic owners at the portfolio level, but that's the portfolio epic. That's the epic that encompasses all of the teams, because you're going to have those same items, epics, features, stories, tasks, etc., at the Scrum level as well. So I didn't want people to get confused that, oh, you only have epics when you're using SAFe, and they're only at the portfolio level. No, they're also at the Scrum team level, at the Agile team level.
Great, great. So Adam, I really respect you bringing up this. This is really big framework, and we definitely miss so much context. Okay, and definitely it can't be covered in 2 hours. Also, I don't know. You might have attended some of the trainings, or you might be a SAFe practitioner, but it's good that you brought it up. So that's kind of the session is. We are here to learn from each other, or we are trying to understand or cross learn. Okay. So thanks, Adam, for bringing it. So don't confuse yourself with these epics. That's not the way how we are working. That could be multiple solution levels are there, and definitely at the team level, we are handling user stories. Okay. So if you see here, we are talking about essential SAFe. We are talking about probably one agile release train with 100 to 125 people with 9 or 10 teams together. So here you see all the teams are getting their own way of working. Some teams are following Scrum, some teams are following Kanban, and they have their team backlogs. And these NFRs are nothing but non-functional requirements. Okay. Now, we are still dealing with each of these particular teams are actually working on their stories only. At the high end, they would be having features, and these features would be working for a. I mean, if we go to the last solution, you are talking about capability, what we are trying to achieve here. Okay, let's talk here. You would see we are talking about the capability is what we are building here. And this capability having it drilled down to multiple features and user stories at the team level. Okay. And then when we are talking about very big organization following a full solution by the SAFe, at the time this particular portfolio comes, and we are talking about these epic owners and epics being divided. Okay. So thanks, Adam, and hope this is clear now. Okay, so I think Adam has put it in the chat also, but that's good. Now, let's switch over to our topic the PI planning. So basically, PI planning is a synchronization meeting, or trying to understand the big picture, what we are trying to achieve in next quarter. I don't want to say the quarter, because a lot of people would start taking it as a waterfall quarterly planning and all. Not exactly like a quarterly planning, but this particular spans across more or less 3 months, because we are talking about 12 weeks, 6 iterations. So we all want to meet together, understand the business context, understand the dependencies, understand the risks covered by each of the teams and who is owning what risk. This all happens in this program increment planning, which is normally a 2-day event, but nowadays due to COVID and the projects are being handled by multiple geographies, so we call it as like location independent way of PI planning also. Okay, so the time overlapping happens and it will extend to 2.5 days also if the other team is present at a different time zone. So that all we can talk about later. But normally, from a safe way of working, they brought this concept of let's do a program increment planning for 2 days. Let all the teams meet together, be in one big room, talk about how they can go about with the business objectives. Just now, what Adam was saying, already these business objectives are defined, and like the strategic business objectives, what we want to achieve as a solution or as a business, what is our end users are they really needing a new interface, new line of business, new product, whatever it is. The business vision is already set by the business leaders. That comes down to the POs and the program owners and everyone, and that again that gets break down into multiple teams who will be owning what. That features, I mean, they will drill down into features, and these features get distributed to different teams, and the POs that will bring all these features, uh, to the teams. And during the pre-PI planning, exactly 1 week before the actual PI planning, the teams meet together and they get some points to explore, research, so that they can understand the complexity, what is doable, what is not doable. Because obviously, the 2 day in realistic is not sufficient for a team to just beat their heads and come up, okay, we can do it or we cannot do it. They definitely need some background or contextual knowledge to achieve that also during these 2 days. It is the heartbeat of safe. No, I mean, there is no doubt, because you can see a lot of energy, how different teams are bringing up and thinking in real time, and the collaboration, the heat of collaboration, what I have really experienced, it is awesome. During the team breakouts, we are like out of the world. I don't remember anything else, just being focused on the team breakout. We talk about all the feature one by one, what we need for it, can we do it or not, how complex it is. There will be a program board where each of the teams are updating their features, what they can do, cannot do, which iteration they will do it, and all. We will agree together, and we come back from the team breakout sessions. I will explain you to the team breakout session what it is, but this is all good. I mean, this is the way. So now let me just read it for you, put it in the better words for you. So planning, program increment planning is a part of scaled agile framework. It is a cadence based 2-day planning event that serves as the heartbeat of the agile release train, aligning all the teams on. Okay, we are talking about alignment, agreeing, mutually respecting and agreeing to one common goal or the list of objectives, what has been defined strategically by the business owners. That comes like towards a shared mission and vision, the common shared and mission and vision that is already being uh, shared by the top level executives. Now, this is like there are so many ways you can use tools. You can use whiteboards. You can bring big papers. You can use sticky notes, etc., etc. So the collaboration happens in real time, but definitely we do some pre-preparation, and that this is what the PA planning. Okay, sorry, someone is having a question. Okay, please go ahead.
Just a quick question. At what break level, for example, number of teams, would you say each level would break down to between just agile and Scrum coordination versus the solution train versus the portfolio level?
Okay, so the if we talk about that, then let's understand this picture. Okay, here we are talking about one agile release train. Okay, and one release train engineer, and we will be having this product owners, and we will be having a product management group of product owners who are a part of this particular product management team. And then you will be having the business owners who are the like director level, we can talk about it, or the VPs, we can talk about it that way. Okay, who owns a business function, or is not exactly owns, but a sub business function, they own it. So that could be part of one agile release train. and it will be coming. The business owner sets the business vision and context for this ART. They bring it down to the RT and product management. Now, this product management definitely comes to the POs. They have these all features. They select the features based on their technical context also, because they know the competency of the teams at the ground level what they're working. Now they bring it to the Scrum Master and they sit with the teams. Okay, this is a full collaboration what you're seeing here in the pre-PI planning. So this is the level we are talking about, one agile release train. So that comes to this level. Business owners to product management, RT is just facilitating it. So RT, how I see RT, release train engineer, it stands for release train engineer. So he's like a facilitator, just like how he is scrum master to a small scrum team. So RT is a facilitator to all these particular teams. Okay, he's facilitating it. He or she, whoever it is, a release train engineer, is facilitating that all the sync up happens correctly. They are having their iterations on time, they are having scrum of scrums on time, all the ceremonies whatever safe says are being conducted on in a good way or not, are we meeting the objectives or not. So it's kind of a literally watching someone who is trying to help us. But the breakdown will be business owner to the product owners and product owners to the scrum master team when we're talking about one agile release train.
Right,
So
but what I'm saying is how many at at this level and
mhm.
each of the levels, how many, what would you say would be the average breakdown of the number of teams? So if you're doing um, an agile release train, so you're already talking about multiple agile teams.
Mhm.
How at this level, what would you say would be the maximum
Okay,
um,
I would
teams
talk
for
about
each?
like, okay, so my experience with the clients, we definitely have like mid clients and large clients. Okay, so mid clients, the minimum I have seen is like 85 people. So 85 people with 8 teams. Okay, that's what I have
Okay,
seen. And
so an average of eight teams or so for this level of an ART.
respectfully, yes, definitely,
Oh,
definitely,
okay.
yeah. But there are instances where this has been summarized to 50 also, because I remember in like one of the stakeholder from PepsiCo in a conference was saying that they are practicing ART with 50 also. So probably we are talking about 6 teams. So I think more than 6 teams it should be okay to function as one ART. Okay, ideally
Mm.
safe says that 100 to 125 people, but that's just their recommendation. But definitely we cannot define those numbers, right? We have to just understand that how many teams are there. Let's say 90 people are there and they are working for wealth management stream for a banking client. So these 100 people, I have to find out like which team. Some teams can have 13 people working together, some could be having 6. They are from business analyst team, etc., etc. So we have to uh, make them as a cross functional and split it across. Okay, there is not a exact way, right fit or something, but above 50, I think we can function as one ART. That's what I can tell you now. Okay. But in TCS, we have seen like normally the clients will be having 80 to 100 people, not more than that. Like we are dragging 250 people over. Like, I mean, I have not experienced a full safe. Okay. I have seen multiple ARTs as a part of last solution, but we are talking about at max 100 people. That's it. Okay.
Okay, so we're looking at on average at this level for just the essential level coordination of a maximum of maybe 8 agile teams. What about at the large solution level, and then again at the portfolio level? How many max teams would you be looking at?
I would say we should not again make it more cumbersome. So maybe like I could just give an example, like maybe 20 teams, because I mean,
So,
yeah,
so 20 teams, so maybe then, so 8 and then 20, and then what would you, what have you seen as like the maximum at the portfolio level?
I have not experienced portfolio level safe. Okay, last solution safe is pretty much common. Okay, because there is always a direction there. Okay, but
Hmm.
my understanding is that at max I have seen 12 teams together. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. For me, I'm not a safe practitioner, but I've seen it, and we've usually coordinated anywhere between 1 to maximum of 5. Um,
Can I add a point, Adam and Javin?
yes, please.
Sure, definitely. Please go ahead. Yep.
Yeah, we at TCS. I mean, I have seen. I mean, the last project we have worked in, it was an agile deployment in the cloud for one of our US customers, and it was done at enterprise level. And we have seen around around 20 to 25 teams working and coming and working together in this scrum of scrums, and you can say that around a team of 300 to 400 associates have worked on that enterprise level deployment. uh, Definitely with workstream owners, kind of release train engineers coming in the scrum of scrums along with the other vendors, the customer owners, the product owners, and all those. So I have seen that in that kind of magnitude. Thought of
I
sharing.
think, yeah, sorry to interrupt, Adam and Sai. Thanks for bringing. I think Sai, USI, right, who spoke just
Samrat.
now. Yeah, I think I have heard somewhere Safe recommends to have at max 25 teams. Okay, I am not very sure. I have to re-look into the fact, but Safe also suggests that we should have 25 teams at max. Okay, I just remembered it when he just brought up this point. Okay, so maybe I will also come around it. Okay, I mean definitely I will present this thing presentation, like the Safe presentation with all of you. So at that time, okay. So Adam is okay. I mean, if I mean, okay.
Hi, Javin. I have one quick question. Is the PI planning meeting also a time boxed event?
Yes. We do have a time box. Like we are trying to follow this particular. Let's focus on this agenda what we have, and we are trying to respect the time. Okay. Normally, 1 hour we set it for the setting the business context. Okay. I mean, it all depends on your client, customer, and teams how we are agreeing. But definitely we follow the schedule. It's a time boxed event. Okay. All these day twos, whatever events happening, we respectfully agree. And if we want more time, then we go for breakouts, more breakouts. And I mean, that again, you need to, there is a management review happens at the end of the day. And the US Scrum Master will bring up in the Scrum sync, like the teams will go or need more breakouts or something. I mean, it happens some instances, but we are trying to stick to the time box what we define here as per the agenda.
So what I see from screen is it is a whole day event spread across 2 days, right?
Yes, spread across two
As
days.
you
We are
have written
planning.
on
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah, correct. Let me just make it.
So it is applicable everywhere, right? It's a like sprint planning, which is of 8 hours duration. I mean, maximum of 8 hours for maybe a max of a 1 month sprint. Similarly, PI planning is it should be spread across 2 days, right?
Yes. It is spread across 2 days, respecting the agenda. But that's what we saw, that we have the sixth iteration is for innovation and also some preparation for our next program increment planning. Okay. So that the team comes with some background knowledge, and already this business context, vision, and some of the solution, these artifacts are already being shared. But when you hear it from the live speaker, like the executives directly or the leaders, we get the confidence and we definitely understand it, the real value, we understand it when someone is giving us the context. But the artifacts, I mean, normally I have seen the clients and the stakeholders already have distributed it to our teams, and we are reading it. We have already done a discussion, and then for the large level discussion, we are coming for this PI planning. Okay. So how the day looks like, it is spread across 2 days. Like there will be business context, the C executives come and explain the business context, and the product solution will be like the architectural, I mean, not architectural, but the solution SMEs, they will come and share how we are going to achieve it. What is our plan? And that is an input, really input to the teams to feel confident, like the underlying let's say we are deploying something on the cloud. So do we have all the license? Have we acquired cloud? Which cloud solution we are using? How is our DS and that zones we will discuss, like the disaster DR1, DR2, how which part of the which cloud service provider are we taking, and all those things as a part of the product and solution we are getting an understanding here. Now, the architectural vision and development practices, definitely we call it as architectural runway in SAFe, okay? Like you need the core systems to work around behind some principles. So what is the architect? So the technical architects and solution architects, they do come and explain the context of this solution. Planning context, the release train engineer, the guy with the hat you see, he's a release train engineer who will be like a facilitator explaining different. Release train engineer only is the person who will start and explain this agenda, monitor everything happens on the time, and he's like the Scrum Master doing this coordination for entire PI program increment. So they explain and they go for the lunch, and now we have something known as for 3 hours breakout. So here the teams is this particular planning. Here we have the program board, where in this program board I will show you an example of program board. In this program board, all the teams come and they will see the objectives and they will know what features they have to work. All these are divided there. Now it is already set for you. Now the team has to just agree what they can do, what they cannot do, and how much time it will take, what dependency they are seeing there with other teams. That will happen. This collaboration will happen in the team breakout when each of the Scrum team or Kanban team or Agile team go back only with their team members and do a hot brainstorming, like real time collaboration. That's happening here, team breakout. Now they will readjust that, okay, they will set the objectives, what they can achieve in this 5 iterations. Okay. And that's the draft plan. Now, management review and problem solving. Here, the Scrum Masters, they will be with our team. They will discuss about some of the challenges the teams has brought up, dependencies and all. I hear an echo. Not sure if someone wants to say something or, I mean, if does anyone have a query or something? Please go ahead, no problem. Please interrupt me.
Yeah, I'm just wondering why basically the agenda for both days are the same. I don't see decisions being made. I would expect that the analysis that was done on day one would be applied to day two and decisions then being made.
Cool. So let me come here. So here the initial decision was just a draft. We did not finalize it. The team just came through and gave a draft plan. But they definitely see some challenges. It has not been agreed upon. It has not been finalized. So there will be some planning adjustments where we reset our objectives that some of the features can't be delivered or cannot be met in this program agreement, means this time frame of 12 iterations, I mean 6 iterations, 12 weeks we're talking about, it cannot be achieved in this 12 weeks because of so and so thing. So we do the planning adjustment and we put it back to the backlog, the program backlog. This can't be done. Okay. And the team has come up with some of the and maybe there could be a business priority change also. Hearing all these things, the stakeholders may also set some business priorities. Okay, we are trying to focus more on our loan initiatives or credit initiatives or whatever it is. The vision sees a slight change. Now there is a readjustment of our day two plan also. And smaller level, if you're talking about some kind of dependencies and risk, at the day one we have this event. Let me go back. Management review and problem solving. The problems what we have identified by each of these teams when they come back and say that, oh, hey, I see that we can't complete this feature because I don't know the library, I don't know the API, there is so many unknowns, etc., etc. And this particular moving forward, the instructions and all, this particular input, after the Scrum Masters sync up from different teams, they have a plan for moving forward. They go back and they are ready for doing the adjustments, what features they finally agree and what features they finally do not agree. And
right.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying I would expect the agenda of day two to reflect specifically identifying and discussing changes from the analysis that was done and discussions that were held on day one, as opposed to basically an exact duplicate agenda. Because just looking at that, it looks like they're doing the exact
this is
same
Maha here.
activity.
Can I take this one?
Sure, definitely, yeah.
One thing because I'm working in a BI in a scaled agile, the main reason is all the stakeholders will not be available for the breakout. So that is one of the reasons why the sub breakouts, the stakeholders would be carried for 2 days. In some cases, we will also have a buffer on the third day as a reserve day, so that all the objectives are being discussed and finalized.
Okay. And that, to me, that totally makes sense as well. That you may have to have a third day buffer, because there's got to be a segment there where you finalized what your decisions are, and that's just what I didn't see in those screens, was realization and agreement on.
But again,
decisions.
Adam, it depends on the teams and the objectives that we put in the Kendall. Kendall is the tool that we use, where we put all the objectives, and that is where we have to go and based on the priority and other things, also the availability of the stakeholders, and also the dependencies between different teams, along with the impediments will also be taken up, and then the enablers will be discussed. So this would be pretty much what we discuss in the Scrum meetings after once we come back from the breakout sessions.
Okay. Thank you for that additional info. That's very valuable.
Yep, thank you. So I don't remember who was that who spoke. So that exactly what happens in the end of the day. The management review, I told you, Scrum Masters sync up, and that's a good point. Many of the stakeholders are not available, so we need to bring up their vision statements and their direction also, which is a priority for day two. Apart from that, we're also trying to monitor the risk and dependencies here. Okay, like what cannot be started, what could be do, what cannot be done, what needs to discuss. I mean, trade-offs. Basically, it's a trade-off between multiple teams. Okay, the Scrum Masters get sync up, and then definitely they set a new direction for the team to finalize it, what actually they can do. Okay, like in the day two, you can see what they finalize it, what they can do, they agree. Okay, this is 1 second. So here you can see this is a sample of like let me try to 1 second. This is just for a demo purpose. Okay, so the team, let's say team ABC or team line or whatever it is, you have your backlogs, you have your iteration month. This is what happens. Yeah, these are your PI objectives, and there you have listed down what business value you are setting out for this particular program increment. This you will list it out for your planning. Okay, you will agree, and what the team sees the risk, and there'll be some questions or dependencies or explanation. You will put it in the parking lot, and this is by all the team level planning. Now let's see the program board. Okay, now the program board will list down. This actually happens there. People try to use threads and connect these dependencies if it is a live PI planning. Okay, the program board, you can see all the teams, and you can also see how these features are dependent by one team is dependent on team one, and team one is dependent on this particular event. Let's say we are talking about one particular feature, and it has a dependency with two of the teams to work upon. Now there is something, I'm just going through the context so that you don't lose it. There is something we call it as program risk. It follows a mechanism of Rome. Okay, one second. Better, let's go back to the slide so that we do not lose our focus. Let me explain you so that the PI planning, we can cover it. Okay. So we'll go quickly, don't worry. But just understand the facts. What? Yeah.
Are those screens from that you've got on the website there, are they going to be in the deck as well, to show those different boards and the different aspects?
Sorry, Adam, you mean
What you were just showing here on the website.
this
Are
one or here?
all of those different items there,
Oh,
are
okay.
they going to be that you have outlined there? Are they going to be included in the deck as well, or can they be, if they're not currently, can they be added to the deck before it gets sent out?
Sure, definitely. I will. I mean, this particular deck has everything based on I have captured some real pictures also from our TCS breakout sessions and all. I have added it, okay, but I would include if it is missing, okay. I
That
can
would be
just
great.
capture the image. Yeah, I will add it. Yeah. So we pretty much saw like how day one agenda works. So business context is nothing but the executive leadership comments. They talk about the objectives, and they also talk about like why we are taking this decision. Definitely, they will do some kind of SWOT assessment, why we are doing this or why we are prioritizing this or why the business is thinking in that way, so that everyone gets a direction. Product solution is nothing but the hype. They will talk about the high priority features, and also they will talk about in terms of the how as a product or the solution works. Now the architecture, definitely here we talk about this, the administrators, the infrastructure providers, all these people who will talk about like, are we, it is like enabling. If you want to develop the system, are your enablers ready in terms of the architecture point of view? Planning context, definitely RTE explains us what we need to do, what we are trying to achieve here. This is the program board, different teams, what are their PI objectives, and then they go out to this is the program board. What are the okay? This is me actually. This is something we just did the pre-PI demos with our teams practicing this before the actual PI started. Okay, so we will discuss upon whatever the different teams they will put, and they will have a board, and it will iteration 1.1, it will go up to iteration 1.6. We'll list down it for each of the teams. Okay, and then we have for each team, when they are seeing the PI objective 1, PI objective 2, what is the stakeholders comment, they define business value to it. Probably I mean I should try to replace this slide with the completed picture, okay, so that it gives you the content also to give you a direction. Okay, but in raw state, this looks like this. You have the PI objectives, BV states means business value. The stakeholders, and they come and they put the value from 1 to 10, so that the team understand that okay, this is really something very important for the business. So they will focus on the high priority business features. Now the teams are having multiple dependencies. In the green, you are seeing like okay, this is they just put different teams. Okay, in the green it's different, in the maroon it did different teams, and now they have listed down their features, what they have splitted up it like that, and they are actually talking and coordinating the dependencies. Like what feature will be completed, why this feature will be done in iteration 2, because when this is having a dependency on our output from the iteration 1.1. So this is how actually we do, and this is actually from our pre-PI planning. Okay, we definitely need to do it so that we are prepared for the actual PI planning with the customer. Oh, I think that's a video. Okay, it was playing and now it's not playing. That's bad. Okay, so this is actually we are in our team breakout with the customer. I don't want to be on that slide for a long time. I mean, basically, don't want to get into any compliance issue. Okay, team breakout 1. So we discussed like what are our deliverables, and we discuss on the factor, and definitely it recommends some kind of color coding, because so that we can definitely identify user story, which one is a maintenance, which one is enabler, which one is infrastructure enabler, which one we see as a risk and dependency. We coin out all those things in our own program board at the team level, and it goes. Okay, now we already discussed about these breakouts. Now at the end of the day, pretty much all the teams like dolphins, eagles, bears, this is just an example. So how the teams have listed out their red pink means the dependency across multiple teams, how it is scattered. The big program board looks a little bit like this. Okay, so that everyone gets an understanding, like who owns what. Okay. And they align to one mission. And then the stretch objectives, that is something in your certification, they will ask you what is the stretch objective. So stretch objective is nothing but as a team, you agree upon delivering something, but the business is not exactly enforcing you or mandating it or nothing. It's just a team has agreed that we could do it. If you do not meet or you are not able to accomplish that in this program increment also, it is fine. We are not actually using it as a measure. It is like some extra things you want to fancy your interface. It's good. It's a good thing the team wants. You want to change the color layout or you want to experiment something in terms of your visualization. But a business is that, okay, it's not something that is the immediate focus of us. Okay, you just coin it as a stretch objective, not the core objective. Okay. So it will not actually be calculated in your capacity planning. When you are doing your capacity planning, let's say 7 team members are in your team and they do a capacity planning, removing your vacation plan and how many hours each of our team members are available. That's where we know what is our capacity for these 2 iterations or for this program increment. Based on the capacity only, we can decide what objectives we can work. So there is no weightage we are giving to stretch objective. It is only we are going to do it if the team is having a bandwidth to do it after completing all the promised program increment objectives. Smart, every objective they like format, right? Be it, I mean, have your objective be specific, let it be measurable, let it be realistic in terms of we can achieve it, and it should have a time bound. Like within the PI, we could be able to, within the program increment, we should be able to get it done. That's how you should see as a team, your objective should stand. Scrum of Scrum, someone was explaining like day one, they do a check-in, like how they can do it, what feature dependence they are seeing, etc. And this is the draft plan review at the end of the day, what we have, okay, for each of the teams. But it is not ready because there are some adjustments that is going to happen at the day 2 when the have some stakeholders come, as someone explained on this call, and some dependencies identified or some prioritization happened, vision change happened, and all these things we have not finalized it. So we are regrouping in our team breakout and again finalizing our objectives, program team objectives by each of the team. Okay. Now, I told you the business stakeholders, they will come and assign the business value, not the team assigns it. Okay. Actually, the stakeholders, because they know the business, how much importance is their business to them. So from 10 to 1, they will be the most important features or the objective, they will add a value of 10. Let's say reduce GPS signal loss by 25% means a lot to the business. So they will add the business value as 10. So this is what happens in our PI planning. The business stakeholders add business value to the team's PI objectives. Now, final plan review and agenda. But once this final plan is also built, there is something we call it as, I will come to that, confidence vote. Okay. Before that, how the risk are being coined in the safe way of working or safe practice, they say roaming risk. It is a safe certification question. Okay. So roaming stands for resolved, owned, accepted, and mitigated. So I think we are familiar with this term, but just to have a look, they make a 4 quadrant and they will categorize all the risk what is being identified multiple teams. They put it in these 4 categories: resolved, owned, accepted, and mitigated, so that we know like what is action plan for this risk, what is being categorized based on the category it belongs. Now, confidence vote, this is where we are finally agreeing, seeing the program board, the release train engineer goes and gets a commitment, and a commitment where the team Eagle, team Lion, or team e-commerce, whatever it is, they agree to, if they show that, okay, they are very high confident, they will show 5. If they are showing 4, it means high confidence. Good confidence 3. But everyone has to agree in your team. Okay, that's how we take it as a buy-in. If all the team members has to agree with the same, voting levels, because they have to be confident as a team together. And no confidence, definitely we are not going with. If someone shows 1 or something, we are not going with that PI object. Definitely we see some risk and we will remove it from our program board. Now, yes, we definitely do to the retrospective, like to improve our PI every time. And also, definitely, we also see this is a time where we actually see also how much was the business value by each of the team promised last program increment, what we actually achieved it, what is our tolerance. Let's say we promised 75, we were able to reach 75% based on our promised PI objectives. Let's say we planned something and we only got 75% of the promises. So our team's predictably measurement is coming 75%. So there is 25% estimation. If you talk about your capacity, once again, sorry, yeah. When you talk about your capacity planning, you promise, let's say, to do 100%. Okay, you promise 100% PI and PI1, but actually you were able to achieve 70%. So there is definitely a 30% estimation was wrong what you as a team done it. So this time you have to be very sure that how we are going to correcting this PI. So from your retrospectives you can understand, you can evaluate, reevaluate. So the retrospective happens two times. From at a team level it happens the pre-PI, how was your PI so far, and there is a retrospective that happens after day two also, where we want to know like how all the teams felt, what thing they liked, what they did not like, what could be improved. So those are the factors we will be focusing on, so that it could be an improvement plan for our conducting next program agreement.
Quick question, and at least two of us have the same question. Why would we have a retrospective on both days? What would be different the second day retrospective than the first? Because I would expect the first is going to be assessing the previous release. So what would the second day address?
I mean, I see that there is something we have to improve, right? Let's say today we face some infrastructure issues. Normally, I see that, okay? The teams are definitely being prepared, but remotely they are joining. Okay, we do have proxy product owners and actual product owner. We have, I mean, during this COVID time, there is something we call it as proxy PO at remote site and original
Right.
PO at the site, okay, with the client side. So the proxy PON team during a breakout, they are really facing so many infrastructure issues. So that is something I take for day two. Let them be prepared with their audio and connection issues, their infrastructure issues. Maybe they were not able to update the board. Let's say we are using Jira or one agile version or whatever it is, like whatever the tools we are using for this particular complete program board. So we see some kind of dependencies that we need, if we can put it, work its function as a better for day two. It will be good. Some inputs we take it from day one and make it better for day two.
Okay, so essentially the retro on day one would be at more at the team level
Right.
issues, and the retro on day two would be at the last the last release level.
Right. Right.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
I think always, I don't know, Beatrice says that we have to give more time. Okay. So the problem with safe is that we can't be done in 2 hours. Okay. So, I mean, definitely we just try to have a good talk, understand some of the concepts. But let me, yeah, PI planning process, we already got an understanding of this. Day two, we are making the planning adjustments that we got an idea. And we saw how the program board and team board looks. Okay. So that is good. Well, let me see what else I wanted to cover. Yeah. So yeah, I wanted to cover agile release train also. Just let me quickly go. I think no. Let's talk about something else. The safe implementation. So if your customer is practicing agile at a team level, but you really want to, you are seeing some value like having agile release train, bringing multiple agile teams together, enabling business agility or a enterprise level of agile, as someone was speaking. If you want to do it, Then the change initiator or how safe suggests that how you recommend the go safe plan is that first is the awareness. You have to the first certification for any business leader or any consultant or any team member is recommended is the leading safe. Okay. Once we do take leading safe, we understand why this framework helps and how it adds value to your business and how it enables agility to the business team. So first, we train these change agents, lean change, train the good mindset people. The highly motivated. Like let's say if I go and say there is a solution who wants to try it, so there will be very much interesting people who would say that hey, I'm the one who want to try something. So those are with a good mindset who want to be the change agent who embrace change. So those lean change agents should be the first driver or the people whom we train and uh, train on the safe culture, safe practices. Then we bring it to the top level executive management and leaders so that they understand it. Now we need to do a value stream mapping workshop with them so that they understand the importance of value stream. Not like you're having a budget of 5 million USD, you break down into 3 projects and you are giving it to 50 resources, resource by resource you are planning. No, that's not how the planning should happen. It should be based on your value streams. What brings more business to me? Where should my fund flow? Which value stream I will start funding, which will not I will fund, which will stop funding. So they need to understand it. So these stakeholders in the value stream workshop, they will understand that what are the value streams, and for each of the value stream, they will define the agile release trains, and then this is the agile release train, like a group of people working on one solution they bring together, and then you have to bring your team also up to the speed. So your team members are also being introduced with this particular course also, which helps them to understand as safe as a culture. And then you are working on the program increment planning and sessions like how I mean this is like how we are going to execute the ART, the PI planning, where to focus, how the teams will understand this culture and work in API. Okay. Now um, okay, now this is where we stop for a small level. Okay, at pilot level, we execute it for one of the ART and we experiment it. See, we executed it, one of the program increment, how it went for one ART. Then we will, this really looks bad. So just let me come. Okay, now at one level, one ART level, we were able to achieve something really good. So now we want to extend it for multiple ARTs and big solution level, and then we accelerate it. This is the safe implementation roadmap, like how we go safe. Now, something at TCS level, based on my experience, I put up a plan what we will do. Let me just quickly show it. What we will try to do is that we will definitely start with an analysis and evaluation. One second.
Quick question. I'm just wondering on the diagram you just had there, what the essential differences are between a there's a level of safe Scrum Master, and then there's advanced Scrum Master, and I'm wondering how those essentially differ between those two, the two of them, and how they differ between just a standard agile Scrum Master.
Sure, definitely. So definitely, like all these frameworks have their own certifications because the practices what we apply, we know, yeah, I mean, in a general term, every Scrum Master is kind of a facilitator who will coach the teams, okay? But the coaching would have different styles based on the values and principles what the team has to adapt it based on the framework what we are practicing or what kind of modeling we are doing, okay? So at one ART level, safe for Scrum Master is like he can be like one team guiding the team, facilitating the Scrum safe events, safe ceremonies. That's what we are practicing as a safe Scrum Master there. How to have it right with your teams. Now these scrum masters, definitely, if they do not know how to run a breakout session, definitely the team is not going anywhere. There could be conflicts also. Someone is having a huge disagreement. Okay, and definitely at the scrum also, we know, as a scrum master, we know how to handle the conflicts. But safe will be having some different, a different perspective and guidance for these safe scrum masters. Like in a scrum event, scrum team breakout session, how a safe scrum master should think, or how he should adapt his leadership style or facilitating style. Now, safe advanced Scrum Master. This is thanks for bringing it to my notice, but I really do not know what exactly it means. Maybe it is having like some more advanced level of concept when you have the portfolio level of safe or something. Okay. So, frankly, not having any idea. But all these other things, like safe for architects, definitely they have their own drilled down understanding of each of the context. So as a team, how you work in safe environment. As a architect, what things you have to look, which format you have to use, how you come up with your architectural runway, etc., etc. The concepts would be explained it in a better way, because all this is being built by the scaled agile enterprise, and they have definitely thought a lot. I mean, the framework looks really big, but to be honest, if you start working in this way, you definitely feel energy. I don't know, I have not experienced that kind of energy in Spotify. Even I have been a part of the Spotify, and right now we are practicing Spotify also. Every framework has its own beauties, pros and cons. Okay, but this comes with a lot of mm, hard work, because you need to prepare a lot of teams to understand this practice. It's not easy to just take it in a paper and go around it. No, so many terms they have coined it. First of all, to get your teams to know to the all the elements of this particular framework, it's not easy. But still, it is good if you start practicing. I mean, you see some real benefits how the multiple solution stakeholders are coordinating together. So maybe like someone was experiencing at a enterprise agile. Maybe I don't know if he's from USW or something, but maybe you could experience you can share some thoughts about how you felt after being a safe practitioner. And coming back to the question, sorry, the Safe Scrum Master, I don't know, but safe different certifications helps you prepare how your role will structure in this framework, and how you work it in a better way, how you practice it in a better way based on your role. Are we good so far?
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Adam. But I would like to hear from someone who was saying that they were part of the enterprise agile, and um, their 20 to 25 teams actually participated, right? So, do you want to share your thoughts? How was it, and how you feel being a part of the SAFE? Or what are the initial challenges you face, or the team members face, etc., etc.? Do we have that person here, or
Yeah, Jibin, this is Samrat. It was part of the Western Union restructuring, legacy to cloud modernization. And to be honest with you, when we got into the team around 3 years back, we didn't have a clue that it's going to get transformed in such a huge scale. Okay, so it was uh, first understanding portion of it can be transformed in the agile way with some number of teams onboarded, and once that was successful, then the other pieces came into picture with respect to the program planning. Multiple milestones, as you were terming it as iterations, they came into picture. And slowly, the big picture evolved in front of us as our journey started. 1 year, 1.5 year, 2 years, it was data migration as well as code migration. So both was there uh, with infrastructure as a service. So yeah, in that journey, today when you were mentioning about these terms, the release train engineer, the product owner, the enterprise applications, uh, those migrations, those number of teams in the Scrum of Scrum calls we had our Jira board where every team would come and they would on a weekly basis in front of the leadership. They would apprise about the progress, about any risk, what has been the backlog, what is the plan for that. Yeah, so that was a great journey. I mean, one of its kind.
Great, great, great. To be honest, Samrat, definitely any team, they just want to be comfortable with this framework. It takes at least 2 years, okay? To be honest, okay?
Yes,
It's
absolutely,
not easy.
absolutely.
It's not easy, yeah. So I really need a big favor from all of you. Don't go. I know people are decreasing now from 130, 139, 127. Please don't go. I definitely need your opinion about the session. So why don't you, one second, let me reload. Just go to Mentimeter and I just want 2 questions, okay? What did you learn in today's session? I was like, yeah, question 5, yeah, 5 and 6. Please vote it honestly. I don't have, I don't have any problem if you did not like it. It was okay, whatever it is, but be honest with the session. Due to the time restrictions, I tried to cover as much as possible. Okay, and for the certification, I will talk to Beatrice and we will pass out a Excel so that we can coordinate it. Okay, so from mid-September, there will be TCS is signing a gold partnership with this say Scale Agile Enterprise. So all the certification will cost 20% less. So we will try to keep every participant informed, and we will also send you the criteria also how to be part of this session. Okay, certification program.
Yeah, and also if you could share the presentation, it will be very helpful.
Yeah, I will share. Yeah, just 1 second.
For both days, right?
Yeah, for both the days. Yeah. Do you have the code? Because I don't know where the code is.
Just share
Yeah,
the code.
yeah. Yes. It's 6555736. Okay. Someone can put in the chat. Sure.
Javin, regarding the certification, you will be sending out the communication mid of September, is it?
Yeah, mid of September. Yes. Let me bring out the speaking panel because I okay, got it. 1 second. Yeah. Yes. We would send out it. Beatrice is already informed. So, we spoke to the Latin American Agile coach and also our enterprise Agile coach from Ramanathan, who is handling all these sessions, okay? Like the partnerships and all. So, we would definitely keep you informed. But it will be good to start from mid-September because we really need, if we are doing something before mid-September, then that means like we need a strong business case that the customer is asking for us to do this certification. That is not the case with most of the participants I know. So mid-September, we'll definitely start a communication and keep you informed. And before that, we will take all the participants also who is interested. Okay. So yes. So please, I want you to attend the session, slide number 5 and 6 today, how you felt the session, and also whatever you learned, just to put it here so that it's good. At least I can improve it also. And I plan to do a retrospective, but for the time, I think we cannot do. But I will just request your help. Like maybe Beatrice will collect the feedback. So just do a retrospective, like what things you wanted, what we could not do it, and all, and how can we improve these sessions next time. 1 second. Yeah, I plan
Javin,
to.
one more question, a quick question regarding this same certification. So, will that going to be 1 week training from mid of September, or you will be collecting the nomination before that itself?
Yeah, collecting the nominations, and particularly it will be, this will be happening in batches, right? So we have to talk to the agile coaches who will be the SPCs under whom you can register. Then only you can take the certification, right? So maybe towards end of September, we can plan to complete it, take the 2-day training, maybe plan it like Thursday and Friday or something based on all participants' response and convenience. Most of them, how they responded, they confirm their nomination. Based on that, we can plan it by, I think at least by end of September or first week of October, we should be good. And for exam, those who are really interested to give this exam, please go through the Scale Agile framework, understand each of these terms. So all these questions are like kind of googly. So even in your real exam also, if you feel 100% the option is right also, then also just read it 2 or 3 times because your perspective will change. And once you start understanding from a safe perspective, then you will start approaching the right answers. Okay. And maybe we can do like I will talk to the agile coaches also that if we can prepare internal safe assessment, like model the questions and give some kind of idea to the teams what kind of questions actually they do come in the certification, like similar kind of questions, so that the team practices it in a better way.
Yeah.
The training will be held at
It
the.
would be good. It would be good if we can plan it before end of September, because in with respect to this Wings 2 certification, no, we have to complete before this Q2. That is the expectation from the unit leadership team.
Yeah. Bad time is that I could have helped you, but my certification is expired, and those who are available as of now, directly we check with the who is handling the safe from a TCS perspective. His name is Ramanathan Murli. You can contact yourself also, but the guideline or whatever we have got it yesterday, I checked with it after mid-September only. So let's see how easily we can do it. Okay. I mean, how quickly we can do it. Okay.
Be great, yeah.
Interim, would you be able to send any material for reading or preparation, or any write-ups or any links?
Sorry, I couldn't get your question. Sorry, what?
So for preparation leading to this exam, right? Like you, there will be trainings which will be conducted towards the end of September, right? So interim, if you want to read some material or some PPT or some documentation that we can, prepare it for this exam, would you be able to send those links?
Sure, I will send it definitely. Yep.
What's the name? Ramanathan. What's the last name? Jabin, you said some name, no? Ramanathan.
Yeah, Ramanathan Murli. Okay, but before going to that, I think I would say first check with your own enterprise coach. Okay, I mean, and then you can write an email. That would be good to. I mean, because he is the kind of key agile coach for the complete TCS. Okay.
Yes, Zapin, we are actually opening to the. In fact, the yesterday's Mentimeter link is opening. Please,
Hey, hi, Zubin, Ajinkya here. Just a quick thing. Need to understand, like, the 2 day session, will it have the dummy kind of a PI planning that we all are aware, or we all will get to know on that front?
See, no, there will be dummy PI planning also will be there. Okay. And they will also take these all slides. There are 150 slides approximately you will see in the actual safe content. So they will go through all these slides also.
Okay, I'm just saying because even for the past few months, I'm aware of the scaled agile thing, how it happens, but the real on the job thing, I'm not aware that how it actually takes place. Who does that? What is the person's role? I understand, but if the dummy PI is there, with including all the participants, some becomes architects, some becomes like a product owner or the Scrum master, and there is Scrum of Scrum. Those kind of things are taking place, then it will be really helpful for all the participants. I understand.
That will happen. Okay, don't worry, Achinkya. Definitely, they will have a release train engineer. They will put Scrum masters. They will put product owners. They will have teams also. They will ask you to write the board also. So whatever I showed you, that's what we do in our 2 day safe training also, because that is how we can actually give a demo to our trainings.
Correct.
To prepare it for the customer journey. Yeah, safe journey. Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for the session.
Yeah. Please, everyone, please pass the feedback, okay? And I don't know. I mean, definitely this framework needs a lot of time, okay, to adapt it or be comfortable also. Even if you start practicing it also, at least it takes 1.5 journey. So definitely, I have tried to give you the core elements, but not everything, okay? But still, I mean, the slides and whatever presentation documents I will give you, try to learn it and go through it. 100 people are there, and there is only I can see 30 people voting. So let's not be lazy and be bad.
Hey,
Okay.
Devin.
Yep.
Can you
So
ping
we
the
should.
link? Can you ping the link of Mentimeter in the chat? I'm sorry, I'm not able to see it.
I was trying to ask, we should expect instructions on how to nominate, right? By mid-September?
Yes, you will receive all this information definitely.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Devin, how will we be getting that notification via email or the group will be created as a Teams?
No. That notification is based on how Beatrice or Alondra will help us to coordinate, like who are really interested and do they have a. She will send the instructions because we need your supervisor's approval also. If either the customer wants or how it will add value if you take this certification to your project or account, that should be justified. And based on that, we will group the people and we will club it and we will inform you about the sessions by mid of September or third week of September. Definitely,
Yeah,
we
I
will pass
understand
it.
that. So Beatrix will be following with this, right?
Correct.
Because I was just wondering how are we getting the notifications? So if any progress
Yeah,
needs
she
to
will.
have something, I need to give a nomination for anything that details required from my side. Should be in a position to share those. We just want to understand whether it will be in a Teams channel or in an email notification. Thank you.
Sure, no issues. So, did you get the link or? I mean, I don't know where I'm not seeing the chat is there. Okay, so.
Jevin, so will you be sharing the document in the Teams channel? So already we are all in the Teams, right? Teams link.
Yeah, I will try to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, this WebEx, we are not sure whether it will be available for us or not, but the Teams channel, we are all there, right?
Yeah, so that everyone can download it. Yes.
Sure, definitely. Are you still able to attend this particular slide number 5 and 6 or it's being stopped? Because I see still the voting is like
I
52,
could see
54, not
I
even
could see the
50%.
first slide only. The second slide, it's still loading.
Yeah, second slide, I'm not able to see.
Okay, maybe I think it's like we have to stay on one slide for all the participants to vote it, then only we can go to the second slide. It works in a time box way, okay? Like all at the same time. So yeah. So I request everyone, please vote and at least vote for the slide number 5 and wait for slide number 6 also. Give your 5 minutes, okay? We have like at least 90 people now and I see like not even 70% of the people are showing some passion to share some feedback. That's bad.
Because we are not able to see the code itself, like this display is very small. If you can put the link or at least the code in the Teams channel, we can log in there.
Okay, let me give you the
Yeah.
code. 65558 736. I'm very sorry. Someone should have told you this, right? Should have told me this, yeah.
Thanks, Jevin. Thanks for the session. I voted it.
Yeah, no issues. Let's wait for at least 35, 70. Okay. 62. At least we can expect 10 more people to vote. Just put your honest views. Nothing, I mean, just like that. It's a takeaway for me. That's it. You can use your mobile also. That's not a problem because this is pretty much open source, mentimeter.com, and you just have to go here 655583736. Directly you can click on this also. We are waiting for at least 70 people. So 2 more votes and then let's go to the second one. Okay, don't leave the session. I respect your time, and even I think anyone else? Can we move to the next slide or?
Yeah, please. Vibin.
Okay, fine. Thank you everyone, those who have voted. Thank you very much for your reviews. Okay, let's go back.
Thanks so much for all, Javin.
Most welcome, and I would really try to improve it and make it better. So I will send a link to share your improvement factors and learning or whatever it is, like kind of a retrospective. Okay, definitely I need it for the subsequent trainings.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate your time.
Thanks, Javier. Thank you. Thank you, Javier. Thank you. 2 more minutes. Let's just add it, and then we all can depart. And I think it's a dinner time in India, so those who have joined so late. 40 people have done something, 20 people more to go. Please just try to remember whatever you learned or whatever you liked about SAFe. Just put it, it's okay.
Can you please share the PPTs? It would be helpful.
Yeah, definitely I will share it, don't worry.
Both the days.
Yep, I will share.
I understand SAFe framework is a huge thing.
Definitely I will share.
It was challenging for 3 hours across 2 days, but anyways, so if you come across any sample PI planning format in those which might be present in these 2 slides, then that will also be an added bonus.
Sure.
Once again, a sample PI planning format in those 2 slides, that will be an added bonus because many Scrum Masters were there, which included me also. So people who are moving on into work in projects where SAFe framework is being used, so it will take some time to grasp the concepts and implement them. So
Sure. Got your point, sure.
And one more thing, SAFe Agilist version 5.1 is the need of the hour. Many people are targeting this examination.
Leading
SAFe practice. Yeah, so because SAFe Agilist version 5.1. Version 5.1 is the latest, and many people are targeting this exam as a part of the MLT program. MLT means people who come between the 10 to 20 years experience bracket. So that is the thing. Many people might be targeting SAFe certified Scrum Master, but most of them are targeting SAFe Agilist because right, there are
leading SAFe is a starting program. Yep.
Yeah, certain approvals, etc. So that is the thing. So this is what I highlight.
No, definitely. Thanks for bringing it up. Okay, so we
No,
will
it's
definitely
okay.
focus on 5.1 certifications only.
Yeah, that
So
is
I think,
because
yeah,
yeah,
okay. Mhm.
because just as you mentioned, LinkedIn. I mean, everybody updates LinkedIn. If you open LinkedIn nowadays, 7 out of 10 people are safe certified. So people are moving the safe route. Okay. That's the
It's a good way. Like people are trying to adapt safe practices in this. I mean, for customers also, it's a moment for safe journey.
yeah.
Definitely,
And
we have
also
to
please
emphasize.
mention how much amount is required for that safe certification, because although it will be carried out by the from the project's expenses,
Yeah.
but
No. With the
but there
discounts,
is,
it should be, yeah, with the
yes,
discounts, it
but
should be something
yes,
200
yes.
USD, yeah, around. That's it.
No, I believe it's 115 USD from offshore.
No. Well, okay, 115 USD, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
So
a
I have to
3-day
just
training. It's a 3-day
yes,
training.
yes. But the new
8
cost
hours.
have
8
not come
hours.
up.
8 hours. 3-day training.
Yes. The new cost have not come up. So that's where we are going to send the instructions, what it will cost, and you can get the
And
approvals and
also
everything.
the cost for renewal. I think we need to renew it every year, correct?
Yeah, the cost for renewal is something crazy. Yeah.
Yes. That is not applicable for PSM1 and PSM2.
Yeah, I mean, even my license got experience. It was
Yeah,
3,000
I know.
USD, and
You,
now I
yeah,
have to spend 1,000 USD. Yeah.
is it 1,000
The
USD or
advantage
100
to
USD?
the advantage
No,
to PSM1 is that you don't need to get recertified.
Yes. Lifetime certification, PSM1 and PSM2. Okay, that's
no.
what
Adam
I.
was saying something. The safe advanced Scrum Master, you are saying that it never expires. Is it like that?
No, I was saying the PSM1,
Okay, PSM1.
the,
Okay.
the cert, which is just standard, so to speak,
Yes,
uh,
Scrum.org. Yes.
Scrum Master, regular Agile team level Scrum Master certification doesn't need to be renewed.
Wow, it's incredible. I don't know.
Kevin, will you be sharing the third slide for the feedback?
Yeah, I mean,
It's quite some
one
time.
second. Can you can add now? Can you or no?
No, actually.
Okay, let me go to the presentation mode then. One second. You have the link with you, right?
Yes, we have done on 2. Can anyone confirm if they can share the feedback for the third one?
No, we are not getting it.
No, I think Jabin has to share it.
You can do it now. Fine, everyone. Thank you so much for your time. I have to run for another meeting, okay, to be honest. But it was really great talking to all of you. And let's be in touch, okay? Thank you. Okay, I think Beatrice is coming here. Hey, Beatrice.
Hi, Javin. Just wanted.
Thanks for your time. I have another meeting. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Evening there. Thank you so much, Javin. A pleasure as always. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.